born in Puerto Rico, and now I'm living my best shopkeeper life in my shop called Slackline Press on Main Street in Brantford, Connecticut. I was born in Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, raised in Ponce, Puerto Rico. A lot of our traditions are deeply rooted in Spaniard, African, and Taino heritage, down to our music, the arts, theater. As a kid, I loved to draw and paint and play musical instruments and things like that. The thing that I wanted the most was to have what's called un taller artesano. Un taller artesano is basically a place where you have all the tools to make anything you want, a makerspace. That's where the tagline for my shop came, Artisan Makery. It was me just trying to recreate that taller artesano in the United States. Slackline Press was born out of one of the many existential crises that I've had. At the time, I knew I was at a job that I had outgrown, but I wasn't quite sure where to go. I've tried a lot of different creative outlets, and at the time I was trying to find a balance between everything. Work and life, digital and print. My degree was in multimedia. So even back then I had one foot in both, print and digital. We had a print studio. I did do a lot of relief printing there. Examples of that are a rubber stamp, a woodblock print, or a linoleum print. So you're inking a raised surface and pressing it onto paper. Where letterpress comes in is you're using a printing press to print that raised surface. Once I decided that I wanted to do letterpress, I started researching online what the best fit would be for our shop. I discovered that there's a bunch of people that have a tabletop press, but then there's other makers that have enormous presses. I was looking for something in the middle, something that would give me enough capability to be able to do commercial work, but still be able to do it out of my home. So I found a local gentleman in the area that happens to be an expert at renovating folding presses, which is the type of press I was looking for. He gave us a lead. It was a gentleman that had bought this press to print his own books and he never got around to it. So the press was kind of trapped in this handmade stone cabin in the backwoods of Vermont. And we had to figure out how to finagle it out of this stack of hundreds of books without damaging the property. And that's how we found our first one. Its smaller version is in our shop window. It's a perfect size for our shop because it's small enough and slender enough that it fits, but it's powerful enough to be able to do some of our smaller print runs. I do some custom work on it, and I print most of my note cards on it. I tried a lot of different things with Slackline, right? Like I started with, I'm just gonna print my own stationery and my own products. And then I started printing branded stationery for my friends' business ventures. And then I went into wedding suites. Then it grew into an e-commerce site and now a shop and a makerspace. So I sell my own letterpress printed products, stationery, notebooks. I also sell my own candles and soap, which we also make in-house. I would say half of our store is letterpress printed by other makers around the country. Most of it is also made by independent makers that are not on Amazon. We also have a lot of unique stationery that's kind of hard to find, Japanese stationery that's made in other countries as well. And then the other half of the store is products that are also made by independent makers. I carry items that lend themselves to gift bundling. I have items like a lot of bath and body products. I have a tiny plant section for the plant lovers, gift ideas for book lovers, drinkware, cocktail mixers. We also have a pet section. Part of my passion for letterpress is being part of the group that's trying to keep letterpress alive. Community is everything right now, and hosting letterpress workshops is just one way for people to come together and not only learn how to print, but maybe be inspired to make something that they used to make and then abandoned because of life. Or I want people to write more letters, connect more one-on-one, get out from behind the computer and read a book, or paint something, make something, be inspired to create. Part of the mission for opening the shop wasn't just to sell things, it was always about bringing people together, bringing people in to make, to create, to be inspired, and maybe learn how to print and help us keep that craft going. Hi, I'm Lourdes, owner at Slackline Press on Main Street in Brantford, Connecticut. You can find me at slacklinepress.com or on Instagram at slacklinepress.